Hello everyone, I'm Nola. I'd love to welcome you to my channel. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay a while. If you've been here before, welcome back. To my new subscribers, thank you very much. So today, I want to talk about the cost of overfunctioning. Always being the capable one, the responsible one, and the one who fixes things. And the quiet strength it takes to know when it's time to exit. Not in anger, not to teach someone a lesson, but because you've learned yours. And let's speak about what overfunctioning looks like. Overfunctioning doesn't look dramatic. It often looks admirable. It looks like being prepared, being organized, anticipating what could go wrong, and doing more than what's required. And beloved, often carrying things so others don't have to, so that other people don't have to. And sometimes it even looks like leadership. But underneath it, there can be anxiety, a feeling that if you don't carry it, things will fall apart. And then some of us feel that we are teaching lessons. And so I'd like to discuss with us within the group teaching lessons versus learning our lessons, yours and mine. And sometimes overfunctioning turns into teaching people lessons without us even meaning to. And we think that we are modeling standards. We think we're showing the right way, whatever that is, right? There's many ways to climb a mountain. There's many ways to bell a cat. So what we think we are doing when we're showing people the right way. And sometimes we even feel we have to, because if we don't, who will? But when we've carried too much for too long, there can be a subtle shift. We start wanting someone to feel the weight we've been carrying. That's when the thought creeps in, I'll teach them a lesson. Oh man. I've been on that road. I'm sure many of you have been also. But there's a difference between exiting to teach someone a lesson and exiting because you've learned yours. I'll teach them a lesson keeps us emotionally tied. I've learned mine sets us free. Well, I've learned mine sets you free. And then let's talk about the hidden cost, because everything has a hidden cost. The cost of overfunctioning doesn't always show up immediately. It doesn't announce itself. It simply accumulates. And it shows up in the body, a tight jaw, clenched teeth, poor sleep, that bracing feeling before something you have to do. It shows up as exhaustion, a quiet resentment, as a feeling of being unseen or taken for granted, even when we or you are doing everything right. And more than that, it often shows up financially, when you've carried more than your share for longer than you should have. And here's the crux of the matter today. We want to discuss or speak about knowing when to exit. That's a major thing, I think, knowing when to exit. You know it's time to exit when your body starts bracing before something. You know, when you know that you have to go to work the next day and the night before, you are uptight, you are anxious, you are having a difficult time falling asleep, or when you're on your drive into the office or wherever it is that you are working, and you have anxiety. That's your body speaking to you. Your body's already racing for something. Often our bodies tell us more before we even get to process it or to think it through. And so we want to talk about when staying costs more than leaving, and when you can walk away without hatred. Not because you're defeated, right? Not because you're defeated, not because you're bitter, but because you've completed what you needed to learn. I've completed what I needed to learn. And strength isn't always staying. Sometimes strength is completing. And in a closing reflection, I want to say this, beloved. Overfunctioning often comes from love, or from responsibility, or from competence. But, and this is the big but, sadly and exhaustingly, it can also come from cultural expectations, from family roles, from religious upbringing, from being the oldest, from being the capable one, from being told, you can handle this, you're strong, you can handle it, you can handle it, this. And sometimes we overfunction because we were praised for it. And sometimes because we were needed. And more often than not, because we didn't feel safe unless we were useful. Not youthful, useful. And that's not weakness, that's conditioning. And the wisdom is in recognizing when the role you were given no longer fits the life you want to live, or the life that I want to live. That's where the wisdom comes in, when we can recognize when the roles that we were given no longer fit us, you, me, the collective, and the life that you want to live, or the life that you deserve to be living. You don't always need a dramatic exit. No, I think the more quiet you are, the more resounding the effect is. Sometimes you just need a dignified one. Truly. Just be dignified in the way that you leave. And I think that silence often speaks volumes. So thank you for watching today. Please like, share, subscribe, and always remember to be kind. Kindness is so important. It's important to be kind to yourself, to take care of yourself, to keep yourself hydrated, to eat properly, yes, to be outside in nature, or just do something for escapism. One of my favorite things is to watch HGTV, House and Garden television. It allows me to escape, where people are renovating their homes and building their homes, and it's all done within a half hour or an hour, and all of the budgeting problems are resolved within 20 minutes, and you don't have to worry about it. And then they open the doors and everything is beautiful. So share with me how you like to escape. It's not that I can't go outside. I go outside a lot. I have a little dog whom you see in the background, and his name is Finnegan. So I call him Finn, and he's a really, really sweet boy. But it's so cold here in the Netherlands. Today where I am, it's -2 degrees, and I know it's been bitterly cold in many areas around the world. And so I still find it wonderful to sit at a window and just watch the birds, or look at the trees without leaves on them, and anticipate that spring. So do something good for yourself. You don't always have to be working. You don't always need to be performing. You don't always have to be achieving and accomplishing. Sometimes our enlightenment comes, or our answers come, when we are doing the most mundane tasks. Oh, language is the issue this morning. And today is February the 15th. My youngest sister passed away almost 6 years ago. Yes. And today would have been her 59th birthday. And I think of her often. I always have that orb. My aunt has spoken about it. Looks like it's on that bedspread on the back of the bed, but it's not. It's an orb. I've had an expert coming here to try to figure out the lighting, and it has never moved. It's always been there. Sometimes I put a towel over that bed so that Finnegan's hair doesn't get into the fibers of it, but now I've given that up. And today I would like to think that my sister is visiting here with me. And every day I think I'm here. Or every day I believe I have a guardian angel, and so on. So my sister's name was Millie, or Millicent, and I remember her today. And happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday, Millie. You are missed by your children more than anything else. Thank you for being here with me today. Until the next time, do take care. Be kind to those you meet along the way. And bye for now.